Straightsmile Solutions, straightsmilesolutions.com, and let's talk about Invisalign expanders. They have rolled out in Australia, they have rolled out in Canada, and they are rolling out in the United States. I cannot find the darn price for them anywhere on the Invisalign prices in any of those countries. I am told they're $900, and I am told that this is by a few pediatric dentists in all different countries are telling me this. They don't show up in my portal yet, so I'm not sure. And when you click on the new Invisalign pricing and conditions from March 1st, 2024, and they have just recently updated their pricing and conditions. They do that periodically. They're not even in there, which is weird to me. But I guess there's some type of, and then someone else is telling me there's promo pricing for half off. So I don't know, you're just gonna have to ask your territory manager or call if you wanna use them. I do have a copy of the instructions though. And by the way, this photo is not my photo. I did use it from their instructions. I just don't have an actual one that I could take a picture of. And Invisalign or Align Technology, if you're upset that I used your photo, and even though I gave you credit for it, I'm happy to take this down. You do not have to have your attorneys contact me. This is actually for your benefit because you're gonna get more business from what I'm gonna say, because I'm not gonna say anything negative. So I've just been basically reading about this. Would I use this? I'm not sure, because I mean, initially when I thought that this expander was gonna be part of the Invisalign, like if I purchase a comprehensive case or I purchase a phase 1 case, I thought it was going to be part of it if they needed skeletal expansion. But it's sounding like to me, and again, this is not verified, that it's going to be a separate purchase price. These are 3D printed expanders. So some people like that because there's going to be a really accurate fit. Although we do 3D printed expanders already, metal 3D printing, that is bonded like an onlay. You can do this for upper or lower, and the price is a fraction of what this is. So, and they're not going to affect your speech. So, or your tongue position. So part of me is like, why are we spending this much money on this when I can get this for 25% of the price or even less just by going to a regular ortho lab? I'm not sure. What I initially liked, and I thought that we were going to have Invisalign aligners on the front teeth and be able to do Invisalign aligners on the lower teeth, and the expanders were going to go along with the aligners. I thought this was all going to be one big thing, and it's clearly not. It's this first. So just having a hard time seeing the benefit besides the fact that it's cool and it's snazzy and it's Invisalign branded, because you can just do this for a fraction of the price on your own, but whatever. It is what it is. Now, if I got a discount on the rest of the Invisalign, like let's say if I use this, it gave me a discount on Invisalign Comp, or it gave me a discount on Invisalign Phase 2, okay, or Invisalign Phase 1, then I can see the point. So they really just haven't made that clear. Okay, so basically from what I can get from the instructions that are available, and if you want to see the instructions, it's easy to just go to your Invisalign portal, click on the support tab. Within the support tab, there's all these little like PDFs that you can download, and there's one just for expanders, both patient-facing and doctor-facing. However, the patient-facing one is so confusing. I was even confused by it. It definitely needs to be redone. If I gave this to a patient, I think they would freak out. And again, Align Technology, I'm just giving you feedback. You can do better, of course. So it sounds like these are retained by attachments that are put on the buccal of at least the E's, if not the 6's. It doesn't really say, so they're going to click in. Okay, this does have to be worn full time. It says you can wear it while you eat or not wear it while you eat. I mean, obviously, if this is a younger kid, I would just wear it while you eat. So it has to be worn day and night. I like that they're doing that. What else? There are so many stages for expansion, and the doctors have control whether they're going to do fast or slow expansion. There's benefits and risks for each one. Each patient is different. A lot of it's going to depend on your accountability loop, how often you're going to be recalling the patient. Obviously, if you're doing fast expansion, you're not doing aligners at the same time, which it sounds like you can't do. Then you're going to get a giant gap in the front, kind of like what you're seeing here, which is not that aesthetic. Not my favorite thing to do. And then you also have to retain it longer. So I don't know that there's really any massive benefit to doing fast expansion. I'm actually doing another video about fast versus slow expansion, but I mean, it's personal preference. Also, the other issue, and this is not really explained, and I haven't seen any of the research beyond it, but a lot of times you need to do lower uprighting of the curve of Wilson or lower expansion along with upper if the lower is constricted. Now, some people think when you expand the upper that the lower is going to unravel and upright on its own. That does not always happen. So I'm not sure, because if this has like little grooves or little indigitations where it's opposing, if the lower really is going to roll out on its own. And that's going to be a lot less likely to happen if you do fast versus slow. And again, I was thinking we could do an opposing of Invisalign lower. Now, I'll tell you some secrets that I've been doing for 7 years or more than 7 years. I do expanders all the time on the top, a regular expander, a Haas, a Hyrax, a 3D printed bonded, a Schwartz. And then if I know it's an Invisalign case, I'm going to go ahead and deliver the lower Invisalign same time and toss the upper ones out. So I'm going to set this up like it's going to be tipping of the upper teeth with Invisalign to widen the arch, but I'm going to actually do skeletal expansion instead. And I just throw out the upper aligners. Sorry, it works really, really well. And that way I unravel the lower arch and I don't have to do a lower expander. And if I know I'm doing Invisalign anyways to finish the case, be it Invisalign First or Invisalign Comprehensive, then, to me, it's just a waste of plastic. If they allowed us to do it same time, then I wouldn't have to waste that plastic. And I always feel guilty going into the packages and just tossing out the upper aligners, but it works really, really well. So, but I don't think, my concern is if you have this going on as an Invisalign expansion case, they're probably not going to let you start an Invisalign Comprehensive or an Invisalign First case at the same time and toss out the upper ones, because they're going to see there's two different things going on at one time. So it kind of takes away that ability to do that. You can also just toss braces on the bottom, all the baby teeth, unravel the Corfu Wilson. That way you can put in a Schwartz, you can put in a 3D printed, you can put in a Williams, you can put in a Flea. I don't really care on the bottom. But if you want to know about lower expansion, that's going to be a big part of the lecture that I'm involved with in September. It's Dr. Simon Wong's lecture. He's amazing. He's huge on early phase 1. He's huge on lower expansion at the same time as upper expansion, developing the arches at 6, 7, 8. There's a certain timeline early, which is what it's like literally I'm on the same page as him. And we are doing it's his lecture. It's not mine. I'm just coming along for the ride. And he's being courteous in allowing me to speak for an hour about finishing cases. But we do have a lecture going on in the end of September in New Jersey, New York area. You can go to my website, Straightsmile Solutions, click on classes to see that, or you can go to his website, which is called Posterior Orthodontics, and you can see a little bit, or Straight Teeth Naturally, I think it's called, and you can see his courses. He also has online courses just like I do, but great minds think alike. We're really in sync the way we think. And I'd be curious to know what Dr. Wong says about this expander. As a matter of fact, I'm going to ask him to talk about it at his course and kind of how he would use this together, because neither of us have actually used this yet. We just don't see the need when we can do things cheaper. But anyways, all right, so that's pretty much it. That was a long lecture. So you're going to have a series of active appliances. Maybe you'll have, think about this. A normal upper expander, let's say it's a super constricted, let's say I'm wearing it 2 turns a week for 12 to 15 weeks. You can do the math on that, how much turns that is. Each turn is 1/4 millimeter. That's how many expanders you'd have here. They either change them daily or they change them twice a week. So maybe you're going to have 28, 30, 35 active expanders here. That are going to be changed either daily or every other day or every 3rd day or every 4th day. So maybe it's going to take a month. Maybe it's going to take 3 months, kind of similar to fast versus slow expansion. And then you have something called a holding appliance. And I do not know what the holding appliance or the holding phase appliance looks like. It sounds like you order that once you're done. It says the holding phase may vary in duration depending on your doctor's goals for treatment. The holding phase prevents relapse. Your doctor may intend to use this phase to stabilize your expansion before they start the next phase of aligners. Once the holding phase is complete, you should continue to wear your holder as directed by your doctor. It's a terrible name, holder. Expanders and holders are cleaned individually and packaged in labeled pouches. Each device is imprinted with a unique number, which, okay, whatever, that's fine. So yeah, that's pretty much it. It doesn't sound like the holding appliances are included. Maybe you wait till, maybe you have 28 or 30 active expanders and then you order the holder once you decide when you're going to stop expansion. I don't really know. But anyways, that's pretty much it. That's all I know about Invisalign Expander. A lot of unknowns. And until they have a really good webinar or something like that, which I'm assuming will come soon, I haven't seen it yet. And it's interesting because you can actually click within the Invisalign portal. There is a pop-up that comes on most people's, they have that like window at the top and it has like different promotions and learn about this, learn about that. You click on that for this expander and it comes up. When I click on it, it says log in for more information. I log in for more information into my IDS portal and then nothing. And I put in expander, I put in Invisalign Expander, nothing. I don't see the course that they say they have. So they might want to work on that too. But I just feel like they're rolling this out too fast without proper education as to how to use it. And I really think that there needs to be a really separate course because all of a sudden you're going to have all these dentists who have no experience with expanders learn to use Invisalign expanders and they don't know what the heck they're doing. So, yeah, Invisalign, you guys got to work on this a little bit, but I'm excited that it's there. I'm excited that finally in little kids that they realize that they need skeletal expansion and not tipping of teeth. There's a big difference between arch expansion and skeletal expansion in terms of airway benefits. Everybody knows this. Some of the research is murky, but everybody who does it knows that there is a difference. I've seen it. I've seen it physiologically in my patients. I've seen it in my own kids. I know the difference between skeletal expansion and arch expansion, two different things in kids. So I'm glad that they finally recognize there's a difference, and I'm glad that there's a solution, although I have some concerns on the way in terms of it's packaged and explained, and I think it should be more fairly packaged with the other bundles. But anyways, all right, so thanks so much Invisalign Online Technology for not jumping on me for posting this, but I've had like 4 questions this week alone, so I feel like I needed to put this out there. All right, thanks, bye.